Well, I don't like to talk a lot about myself, but I guess I'll do it a little bit. I'll discuss my travels. I was born and raised in the same backyard as Crystal in Dallas-Fort Worth. That little dot there that says Denton is where I was born. And I was there from the time I was born until I was 15, and then I moved to Ohio. And I moved to Columbus and went to the Ohio State University. And those winters were long. So I moved to Florida, way down there in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. So, and I've been here for, let's see, 7.5 years now in Arizona. So I've covered all the time zones. So, all right. So let's get to the boring stuff here. I was going to talk to you a little bit about ObamaCare, okay? We are still in the enrollment period, so if anybody here can benefit from this lesson, you still have time to enroll for the year, okay? And Michael, do you think there's going to be a penalty in 2017, or do you think they're going to abolish that? Any thoughts?
Well, the penalty, or whatever you want to call it, is still in effect for 17.
Yeah.
2.5%.
Yep.
Gross income.
Yep.
$695 per day.
The average price of a plan, and
So
yeah,
whether that's
so
going to change,
yeah,
hard to say.
yeah. But it is up to 2.5% of your income, whichever is more, right? So, like if somebody's making $100,000 and they don't have Obamacare, then they could pay $2,500 in a penalty. All right. Why is the Affordable Care Act so expensive? Well, first of all, these plans are guarantee issue. There are no health questions. And Obamacare has 10 essential health benefits. That's why they're so expensive. Now, you know, you have the obvious stuff, the outpatient care, the emergency room, the inpatient care. But the care before and after your baby is born, that's unique to Obamacare in some situations. Maternity is covered within the plan even if you don't have a baby. So like if you're a 60-year-old woman and you're not going to have any babies, you still pay for that benefit. So mental health and substance abuse are included in these plans, and even though we probably all need it, we don't all utilize it. So your prescription drugs are included in this plan as well. So all right, and this long one here basically is pre-existing conditions. So like if you have a history of cancer, or, you know, and even people that in the past few years for Obamacare, like if they needed like a knee surgery or a scope, what they would do in some cases is wait until January 1st, enroll into a plan, have their surgery, and then disenroll from it because it was too expensive in some cases. And of course, you got preventive services included, which include your vaccines, and pediatric services that include dental care and vision care. Now, one thing that they did with this as well to insurance companies is they required that insurance companies have 85% loss ratios. Chelsea, what's your reaction to that?
Sorry, I was.
Oh.
That was my.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, I was just saying insurance companies with Obamacare are required to have 85% loss ratios. So in other words, Obama's telling insurance companies they can't earn more than, you know, approximately 15% in above premium that they sell. So what does that mean? It means that we don't get paid. Hey, but you know. But you know, premiums for plans are, you know, they go by zip code, and then your age. They're banded in these 5-year ranges, and you can get bronze, silver, or gold. They're HMO, and they all have networks. Some not so good, but all right. Now this is where we get down to the nitty-gritty of things and the economics part of it. What we're looking at here is the poverty table. Okay. Now, if you notice here, Arizona, what they did was they started access at 138% of poverty. So if you're below 138% of poverty for your household, then you get access, okay? Now, after 138% of poverty, you can't pay more than these percentages for your plan. You can't pay more than these percentages for the average price of a silver plan in your area, okay? So, and also just to, I hope I'm not losing people here. This is where your eyes start to glaze over. But from 138% to 250% of poverty, that's where you get cost share responsibility within your plan, okay? So like if somebody's at 200%, that $6,800 deductible can now become like $500. So you not only get the subsidy for your premium, but you're getting subsidies for within the plan. So like if you're below 250% of poverty, that's a pretty smoking good deal. And you should probably take advantage of it while it's here. I mean, it's good for the consumer, which we'll get into later. But basically, where my sweet spot is out here after the 400% of poverty. That's where I can kind of help people as far as finding affordable options, and I'll show you here why. All right, the average price of a silver plan, let's just take this example, okay? Let's say the average price of a silver plan is $1,000, and your income is $1,500 a month, so that means that you're just, at above poverty, or 138% of poverty. This person doesn't pay more than $40.20 because of that 4.02% that was the amount of their income that they could pay towards premium. They don't pay more than $40.20 for the average price of a silver plan, and that subsidized amount can go to any plan. So like they're going to get a $959.80 subsidy that they could get a bronze plan for basically no charge. Okay? Everybody following me? Yeah. So, okay, cool. Bright people, I like it. So, I put a poverty guideline at everybody's location, and so if you take 100% of poverty and then you take that times 4, that would be 400% of poverty. So, if you're talking to someone and they ask you about health insurance and they're willing to say, well, this is what we think our adjusted gross income would be, and it's below 400% of poverty, ObamaCare is a good option. If it's above, then they're going to be like, holy smoke, this is crazy. And so, but basically, just remember 400% of poverty, and so just to give you an idea of how that works this year with the Ambetter plan that's in our county, a 60-year-old at $48,000 a year will pay $946.18 with a $6,800 deductible. So they're going to pay almost $1,000 a month for a $6,800 deductible. That's crazy. I mean, that is crazy. If that person made $47,000 a year with the subsidy, they could pay $253.52 with the same deductible. But just don't earn that extra $500 because when you file your taxes, they're going to put it on your tax bill, right? So, but the thing is it just shows the difference there because it falls off a cliff at 400% of poverty. It's not like they say, okay, we're going to keep it at 9.5% of your salary. Go ahead. Oh, 1 minute? Oh, shit. All right, so basically for people that are healthy and are over 400% of poverty, they have what's called short-term medical plans out there. And they cover you if you get sick or injured, but they don't cover pre-existing conditions. They don't cover maternity. They don't have mental and behavioral health. They don't have preventive, they don't have prescription, and they don't have the pediatric vision and dental. They can file for an exemption from the penalty, and this year I think a lot of people in Arizona are going to get it because it's my understanding that Flake and McCain asked Washington, D.C., they said, please give everyone in Arizona an exemption because we only have one plan in every county, and that's not a choice. And so people that have been filing it so far this year have been getting the exemption, so it's great. Keep that in mind, Michael, if you ever have people that can't afford the insurance, they can get an exemption. And also, there are Christian plans out there that are not insurance, but they receive the exemption. So if somebody didn't get the exemption for $45 a month, they can get this plan and just get the exemption. But If you use that as your plan, you must abide by their standards, and it's not insurance, it's called a promise to pay plan. Thank you. Any questions?